Indigenous people around the world have been fighting for their rights for decades. And the fight is far from over. In recent years, Indigenous people have been at the forefront of the fight for renewable energy initiatives. And they have made great strides in this area. Indigenous rights and renewable energy initiatives are closely intertwined, as Indigenous people are often the first to suffer the consequences of environmental destruction and climate change. As such, they are also the first to benefit from renewable energy initiatives, providing a much-needed source of sustainable and accessible energy. The United Nations Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous Peoples, UNDRIP, is a landmark document that outlines the rights of Indigenous people around the world. It includes the right to self-determination and access to the land and resources they inhabit. This document is particularly important for Indigenous people, as it provides them with legal protection and recognition of their right to exist on their ancestral lands. This is especially pertinent to renewable energy initiatives, as these projects often require access to land that is traditionally inhabited by Indigenous people. Indigenous people are often the first to be consulted when it comes to renewable energy initiatives. This is due to their close relationship with the land and their knowledge of the environment. They are often consulted on the environmental impacts of renewable energy projects, as well as the potential benefits to their communities. This consultation process is essential to the success of any renewable energy project, as it helps ensure that the project is managed in a way that allows for the protection of the environment and the rights of Indigenous people. In addition to providing consultation on renewable energy initiatives, Indigenous people are also playing an active role in the development and implementation of these projects. Indigenous-led renewable energy projects are gaining momentum, and they are often more successful than those developed and implemented by non-Indigenous groups. This is because Indigenous people are more likely to understand the cultural and environmental context of the project, and they are more likely to engage in sustainable practices. Indigenous people are also increasingly involved in the governance of renewable energy projects. For example, they may be consulted on the development of regulations and policies related to the project, as well as the implementation of long-term monitoring systems. This involvement ensures that Indigenous people are at the forefront of decision-making, and it helps to ensure that renewable energy initiatives are developed in a way that respects Indigenous rights. Indigenous people have long been fighting for their rights, and renewable energy initiatives are providing them with an opportunity to not only have their voices heard, but to actively participate in the development of sustainable energy sources. Through their involvement in the consultation, development, and implementation of renewable energy projects, Indigenous people are playing a key role in the fight against climate change and environmental destruction.